Maybe the backbreaker is you got to tell Kofi, you got to give Kofi his future endeavors. Maybe you build it to that.
So it would seem like there would be a person on air, like an on-screen character, that would be the person kind of issuing, like kind of doing the orders. And to me, that person that would make sense to me would be John Laurinaitis, because he's head of talent relations again. And so it would see, and he had tons of heat back in the day when he was general manager.
That's great.
And it seemed like Laurinaitis will be that person that comes back on the screen and kind of tells him, well, you got to go there. You got to do that, Big E. You got to go there. Yep. And he's already going to have that heat. So Big E doesn't have to worry about getting the heat. And as Laurinaitis is getting heat, the reluctant babyface Big E is getting the sympathy.
Absolutely. And bro, maybe the backbreaker is you got to tell Kofi, you got to give Kofi his future endeavors. Maybe you build it to that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I mean about a wrestling show. All these little mini stories, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This show is just one big wrestling match.
Yeah.
Add these little things together that you and I talk about every week. There's something for everybody.
I like it. And I think it even refreshes. I think it revives the New Day, because there's not really dissension, but there's forced dissension within the executives. And Laurinaitis is just, he's just like drawing so much heat.
Bro, think about this too. Subliminally, what some people are going to see is a black man being subservient in 2021, which is very controversial. But, bro, even take that element of it. Now you got MVP stepping up.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to go with this. And that's what I mean, Chris, about it being you got to write wrestling organic, because you plant this one little seed. Mm-hmm. Now you don't know what this thing becomes.
For sure. That would be really, really interesting, because I can see a couple things with this. I can see like a reformation of the New Day, because of course we think about how does this lead to a WrestleMania match, and I can even think beyond WrestleMania. But as far as WrestleMania is concerned, this can lead to he's having some dissension in New Day. He's being forced to kind of be at odds with Kofi and Xavier, and then finally he kind of finds a fine line. He kind of finds a loophole in the contract where he doesn't have to do that anymore. He realigns with New Day, and then Laurinaitis brings 3 people from Raw if they're on the Raw brand. And Laurinaitis, whoever he brings, like, he's already going to have the heat. So whatever 3 people he brings that leads to a WrestleMania match, they're already going to get heat because they're with Laurinaitis.
Yeah,
that could be one thing. Or the second thing could be he's still with Laurinaitis. He kind of breaks away, and that kind of, because he found a loophole, or he's like, you know what, I've been doing all these things. It's been 6 months. Can you go ahead and sign my contract now? Right? Can you go ahead and renew my contract? And I'll go ahead and continue to do these things as far as being your hitman and stuff like that. And they have a segment on Raw, and it's Laurinaitis and Big E. And this is around January. This is the beginning of the year. And then what Laurinaitis doesn't realize is that he signed a contract to give Big E a world title shot.
Yeah. And bro, here's another way to go. Here is another way. Think about this, bro. Think about you continue to build Lashley. Mm-hmm. Think about all of a sudden MVP's watching this from a distance, and then now MVP plays that Black Lives Matter card, and now they tell MVP, "Oh yeah, bro, how about this? How about your boy Lashley is the one that's going to put Big E out?" And we're not talking about, bro, beating him 1, 2, 3 in a wrestling match. Mm-hmm. We're talking about hurting him. We're talking about breaking a leg. We're talking about he's going to solve this problem first. All of a sudden, bro, you've got MVP who's been going to bat. Now the marching orders are, bro, Lashley's gone. if he doesn't take this guy. Bro, that's what I mean about there's so many things that can happen in this scenario. But what are they going to do, bro? Okay, Aleister Black attacked him. Now Aleister Black. Okay, bro. So who's the next person to attack Big E now? Baron Corbin's not the king anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Corbin barbecuing at a July 4th party, and the other, that's what they're going to do. But again, that's the beauty of it, Chris, because one of the things, like when Eric Bischoff, a lot of times, me and Eric do not get along. We're just two totally different people. I'm not going to bury Eric. I don't do that. But one of the things Eric has always said about me in a negative light is he would always say, because I was in many creative meetings with Eric, he would always say Vince Russo would pitch an idea, and then you would ask him where he's going to go with it, and he couldn't tell you. Absolutely, I couldn't tell you, bro, because I'm doing it organically. You got to give these things a life of their own, bro, and see where they go. I never stuck to a script, bro, because my pulse was always on the finger of the fans. Mm-hmm. What are they digging? What's working? What's not working? And we always used to alter by what they were telling us. So just like you and me were talking, I would pitch this idea to you, and you would say to me, Vince, where is it going? Mm-hmm. And I would say, Chris, I don't know, because say this were a real story. Say this was real life, Chris. Would we know where it's going? You don't know where it's going. You create these circumstances, and you see what comes out of, and then you just organically go with the flow of the story, man. That's what they don't do anymore, man.
Yeah. Is there one story that you can think of from the Attitude Era that went that way organically from
Mick winning the title? That was never written.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely never written. That's just going with the flow and going and go. Bro, I say this all the time. This stuff writes itself. Mm-hmm. The key, Chris, is you've got to stay true to every character. Like when we're talking about this story, and you're writing this, you got to keep asking yourself, okay, if this happened to Big E, what would he do? If this happened to Laurinaitis, what would Laurinaitis do? What would MVP do? That's what you got to constantly ask yourself. Put yourself in the shoes of that wrestler. And you know psychology, bro. Mm-hmm. From a realistic psychological viewpoint, what would this human being do?
Yeah.
And it writes itself, bro.